welcome to Wednesday Wellness. I'm Eileen Whipple, and I am thrilled to be here tonight. We are here to be well, get well, and stay well. And what we want to do is share with you our message so that you can have your most quality of life. I was actually on a business call last night where the doctor had said, health is not the absence of symptoms. Health is vibrancy, it's love, it's living life. And so we are going to talk about gratitude tonight, as gratitude is a facet of pouring in that help and helping you to be in that that place where you want to be. And so we're going to start tonight with a little bit of music.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down a road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? I wanna thank you for being a friend. I wanna thank you for being a friend. I wanna thank you for being a friend.
So that's it. Thank you for being a friend. That is part of the power of gratitude. It is giving thanks to other people, but do we give thanks to ourselves? Are we a friend to ourselves? And we're going to talk a little bit about tonight doing outwardly gratitude, but also doing inwardly gratitude. I want to start tonight with a favorite place of study for me, which is pubmed.gov. I went on there today and I typed in gratitude, and there's over 1,000 studies on gratitude. And what this particular study is, it's a compilation of many studies together. And so what they found is people found sleep quality was improved, blood pressure, glycemic control, asthma control, eating behavior. Get this one, inflammation markers and self-reported physical symptoms improved. And that's all from gratitude. So what do we need to do to have gratitude in our life? It all sounds great, good. We've all heard the people talk about it. We've heard Joe Dispenza talk about it. We've heard Bruce Lipton. We've heard Oprah saying it. And this is a statement that we hear a lot. Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever, ever have enough. Now, I love that quote, but is it 100% true? And I'm going to share with you some of my experiences, because how many times have you had gratitude in your life and yet you keep having the same life, which is good, but it's not what you really want, because your heart and your mind are separate with that gratitude. So let's look at first the meaning of gratitude. Gratitude comes from the Latin word gratus, which means pleasing or thankful. And it's typically a feeling of appreciation felt by the recipient of kindness, gift, help, favors, or other types of generosity to the giver of said gifts. Are you giving those gifts to yourself? That's one of my questions. That's something that I know that I've lacked on in my life, is giving gifts to myself. What I want to tap on a little bit is I want to share a few stories tonight and how they came around to gratitude. So my first story is about two sisters, Joan and Pam. They are the sisters of three. The older sister is Pam and the younger sister is Joan. And what happened is this. So Joan is the pretty one. She's the one who always has all the friends. She is the vivacious one. Pam is really good with other people, with doing her job, with going to school, but she just didn't have the social skills. And Joan ends up getting married. She moves away. And of course, the gratitude was there, right? She's grateful for her husband. She's grateful to move to a new state. She's grateful for a new beginning. She's grateful to be away from Pam. Okay. Fast forward. She gets into her new neighborhood. She goes to her new church and her congregation. And the longer she's there, she's starting to notice there's a Pam in her congregation. And then she goes to work and there's a Pam at work. So what she realized was that the issues with Pam were issues that she had across the board. And so what she had to do was deal with those issues and be grateful for those lessons that Pam gave her and learn to be grateful for them. And we're going to talk about how to do that. Okay, I want to share another story with you. This happened just this last weekend. My good friend, who's a single mom of a 3-year-old special needs boy, she is sick on Friday and she had to call in. And then Monday, her son didn't want to go to preschool. And so she's frustrated. She calls me from this frustrated point of view. And she's just, I need him to go to work because I need him to go to school so I can go to work, so I can earn the money. It's going to be a fine day. And we had a discussion about what frustration is. Frustration is not being where you are. Frustration is experiencing, you want things to be different than what they are. But the reality is, her son that day needed attention. She, within just about 5 minutes of talking with me, we turned it around and she got to the point where she was like, oh my gosh, I have the gift of time. I have the gift of playing with my son on a day we didn't plan it and have a better day. I have the gift of cleaning my house one more day. So she turned it around into gratitude, changed her whole perspective on, and her frustration with her son, who didn't deserve any frustration. He needed a personal day, right? And so now I want to share another experience. So I have a friend who's recently getting a divorce. She is not in a place of gratitude at all yet. And that's okay, because what I'm going to share with you tonight is it's important to experience those feelings. And when she can put herself into the experiencing the feelings, acknowledging them, and then starting to turn around, she'll be able to work through this and have that space of gratitude. And we're going to also talk about what you can do when you are not in that gratitude, how you can get yourself back in. So my last is my experience. I was raised to be so positive, to just let things blow off your back. It's not as bad as you think. If you think positive, it's going to go away. And I had that mindset that Oprah did. You're going to attract more of what you're thinking. But reality is that reality was I was sick, but I ignored it. I ignored it until I was bedridden. That didn't serve me. And it actually made things worse, because then I wasn't there for my kids. And it was worse than I would have been had I started to acknowledge what was actually going on. And I was not in a space of gratitude. I kept myself busy so I didn't have to deal with my feelings. So let's go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, so let's look at this scale. This is a very simple scale of feelings that we have and frequencies that we're vibrating on. So we go all the way from depressed all the way to bliss. And check out where bliss is. Bliss has appreciation, which is another word for gratitude. But what happens when you're not in that gratitude, bliss place, and you find yourself in the depressed, insecure, guilt place? How are we going to move through that? Let's first agree that it is about mindset. Gratitude is mindset. Sadness can be mindset. It's all about mindset. And mindset is consciousness plus subconscious programming. And we've talked a little bit about that before. Like this iceberg, 10% of your conscious mind is working, and it has your willpower, your memory, your thinking, critical and logical. Your subconscious is 90%. And as we know from other experiences we've had, we have 70,000 thoughts a day. 90% are negative. So for us to be in gratitude, we really have to be conscious, and we have to overrule this subconscious and beliefs and emotions and habits and values. And how do we do that? Because when these thoughts keep plaguing you, ask yourself why. What beliefs do I have that are keeping me here? Am I burying my feelings? That's what I did. I buried my feelings. I buried my pain. I buried my sadness. I buried all of this so that I could keep going until my body crashed. Not what I would advise you to do. Okay, I want to be more like my friend who's the single mom who was able to turn things around. So that's what I wanted to share. So that's what I want to share with you today is turn it around. And this is all from the work of Byron Katie. So I want to take one statement, and it is, I hate not having enough money. Well, how can you be grateful for not having enough money, right? It's mind-boggling. What are you going to do? So let's do the opposite. Let's do what we call the turnaround. I love having not enough money. Okay, you probably think I'm crazy by now. But what do? We need to name 3 reasons why it's good not to have enough money, because it makes me smarter with my money. I don't get scammed because I don't have extra money to be scammed. I live within my means. It might mean that I work harder at my job. It might mean that I go find a new job. It might mean that I find a roommate. Things that could open up my mind. Those are the good parts about not having enough money. Now, what could you look forward to? When I was first taught this by Byron Katie, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. It is crazy. Because why would you look forward to something, quote, negative? Well, I will tell you why. Because when you look forward to something, when it happens to you again, because it probably will, you flow through it better. It's a bump in the road rather than a mountain. So let's look at the statement. I hate not having enough money changes to I look forward to not having enough money. Because if I can look forward to it, it releases that energy, it releases that negativity, it releases that attraction principle. So that's where I have a little bit of a challenge with what you focus on is what you're going to attract. Yes, that is true to a point. But if you are always trying to avoid focusing on it, you're going to attract it more. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. And I found this technique to be super helpful in looking forward to not having enough money. The look I look forward to. So let's apply this in different ways. I look forward to being sick again. I look forward to being yelled at. I look forward to my boss being angry again. So in your own mind, what is something you never, ever, ever want to have happen again? Think of it. Now turn it around. What's the opposite of it? What are 3 reasons that would be a good thing for you? Now I want you to take that original statement and I want you to change it to I look forward to. Feel that in your body. Isn't that amazing? It releases a lot of the stress and a lot of the anxiety that goes with it. That's why I love this. So learn more about Byron Katie. I love her work. She has done miracles for me. It is thework.com. Very fabulous there. Okay, so let's look at some things that we can do to help lift our gratitude and recognize it. So one is called a gratitude journal. And many of us have heard this before. We've heard it from Oprah. We've heard it from Brendon Burchard. We get a journal and we write 3 things we're grateful for at the end of every night. And that is a great technique. The second one is a gratitude jar, and this one is mine. And so what I did is I went to Walmart and I bought this cute mason jar. And then what I did is I put paper on the table. And when the good things happen in our home, we write what it was and we drop it in the jar. And then if you have a sad moment or an instance where you're like, you can go into the jar and you can read what's in it. So just for curiosity reasons, we'll go in here and we'll read something that it says in here. Let's see something good that happened in our lives. Spending time with my family. Yeah. And then you can have a memory and you can remember that. Here's a new one. Oh, new conversations. I'm grateful for new conversations. So the last thing is called a gratitude tree. And this is really awesome. I used to use this in my school classroom. And what we did is we made leaves and then the kids would put gratitude. And then by the end of November, we would have a tree full of leaves. And if you have small kids or if you are a grandma and you have your grandkids over a lot, this is something fun to do where you can put that on the tree and have that gratitude. And then on Thanksgiving, there it is, all ready for you guys to enjoy and remember all of those good things. Now, if you are like my friend who is recently going through a divorce and cannot find gratitude, cannot find that happiness and peace for herself, I suggest reaching out to others. Tell others good things. It helps lift your vibration. So one thing that you can do is you can text a friend. Great. Another thing you can do, and I have these. Another thing you can do is these short note cards. So these are little cards that I bought, and I give them randomly to people that I feel compelled to give them to. So like a cashier when I'm checking out, a waitress at a restaurant, and when I'm at the airport, someone who's behind the counter, just to thank them for their time and their energy helping me. So what you do when you get them is I say to them, this is a fortune cookie without the calories. And most women like that, by the way. And when they get it, you show them that it pops open and then it tells them something on the inside. Now, this specific one says, you're full of bright ideas and big dreams. And then it has a dog, and just to make you smile. So, it's just something to help share happiness and joy and gratitude. The other thing is make a post on social media, uplift others. As you uplift others, you will be internally uplifting yourself. Because for you to uplift others, think about it. You have to figure out something nice to say, which helps pull you out of your rut of your sadness with yourself. Kind of a powerful thing. I'm going to share this last 3-minute video with you of this young girl. She's about 10 or 11, teaching us about being grateful.
We can be thankful for our parents, our family, and our home. Being thankful is also called gratitude. It takes practice. When we can be grateful for the things in our lives, even the little things, we can begin to change the way we think. We can shift our thoughts away from what we think we are lacking to what we have in abundance. Yeah, we start to see how awesome everything is and how great life can be. Did you know that gratitude leads to happiness? Who doesn't like happiness? I know I do. So here are 10 things, big and small, I am grateful for right now. Trees. Yeah, trees. They give us oxygen to breathe, and when we breathe, we live. And living is a great thing. They bloom in the spring and make wonderful colors in the fall. Trees. Cake. Cake is good. It means it's your birthday, a special occasion, or maybe you're having cake just to have cake. All I know is cake is so good. Emojis. We can communicate with words, symbols, hand gestures, and facial expression, but nothing is as much fun as emojis. Sleep. There is nothing better than cozying up under the covers. I'm snuggled all tight. My hands have pulled the covers up under my chin. My head is resting on my favorite pillow. My mind thinking about all the awesome things that happened in my day. Then, off I go. Sleepy time. This leads to waking up. And that's next on my list. Mornings. Some people have a hard time getting up in the morning. But we should be grateful that we have the chance to do amazing things each and every day. So, get up and go do something awesome. Speaking of awesome. Ice cream? What's not to like about ice cream? I go to a place where you can mix your flavors and add everything from sprinkles to gummy bears. Who wouldn't be thankful for gummy bears on ice cream? Vacations. What's not to love about vacations? You get to go places, see things you've never seen before, spend time with your family, relax, have fun, make memories. Vacations. Good stuff. Kittens. They're funny, cuddly, and playful. If you've ever been around a kitten, you know what I'm talking about. Enough said, kittens are good. Nice people. Thank you, nice people. Thank you for not being mean. Let's all work to be a little nicer. And last but not least, high fives. Why high fives? We give high fives when something is going great or we did something extraordinary. And you need 2 people to high five. So you are sharing this awesome moment with someone else. This makes high fiving fun, and I am grateful for high fives. So that's my list of 10 things, big and small, I am grateful for right now.
Love that. That was so awesome. So what are 10 things that you're grateful for? And I just want to touch back on when we are in gratitude, our health does improve. And when we are in that place where we have a hard time with gratitude, take those techniques, turn them around. Don't deny your feelings of where you are, because that is just going to make it worse. It's going to, like my sisters that have those issues, that they're going to keep finding those kind of people in their lives until they resolve them within themselves. And it's a mindset. 10% of our body is conscious. The rest of it is a program that's running. Let's change that consciousness and let's get in touch with it. Get yourself a note, share it with a loved one. I hope this has been very inspiring for you. I want it to be helpful for you to be able to go forward. And this month of November is truly a month of gratitude and wellness and health. And so we are here every single week. I want to thank you guys once again for jumping on tonight. The power of gratitude. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all your support every single week. And please join us on the Biohacked Body inside the Facebook group. And we are here every single Wednesday, 6:30 Pacific time. And I'll see you next week on Wednesday Wellness. Be well, get well, stay well. Good night. Thanks for watching. And remember, one change can have an enormous effect. Remember to subscribe, hit the bell and the like, and we'll see you next time on Love to Live.